Welcome to the first part of many videos for this Webpack tutorial. The purpose of this playlist is to gain a better understanding to Webpack because coming into it first can seem a little intimidating, but I'm here to help it make it not that scary. So go ahead and clone my repository, or you can create your own package.json file, and we're going to go over some stuff here. We have some scripts of Webpack and Webpack serve. The serving is for the dev server, which will be focused on a later video, but we'll focus on Webpack. And we have our dependencies. To install Webpack and the CLI for it, let's npm i-y. And while that's getting installed, we're going to go over what Webpack really is. Webpack is a big module that has all of your static assets, so like video files, picture files, JavaScript files, or even React. It could be a lot of things. It could be plugins, and it could be loaders for these files. They all get transferred into this module.exports. You can visualize it as a backpack with an entry point and an exit point or an output. Before we throw all of our modules into this backpack, we want to declare how do we want to pack the backpack. Do we want to pack it Tetris style? Do we want to minimize it into a production mode? Or do we want to send it into a development mode? The mode here is exactly that. The mode is literally minimizing your distribution, everything that you want to bundle for the API you're making or to add to the application. This mode here is very powerful in that it speeds up your application by a lot, just by minimizing and filtering out a lot of unnecessary code. As where the development state, it does bundle it in a smart and logical way, but the code is expanded in the distribution, and you can see the comments, you can see what's going on. So once we build this, you'll see what I'm talking about. Once the mode is once the mode is complete, let's set in an entry property to set where are we going to enter from? Where is the bridge to put all of our stuff to bundle? And this entry point is going to have a path to get the absolute path. So let's require path. This is coming from node modules, and we're going to declare path.resolve the dir name and source of index.js. This is what I'm saying is my first zipper. I want to throw all of my stuff into this first zipper or this entry point. Now we can create this file because we don't have it yet. Let's touch it. And let's put some basic code. Let's console.log hello Webpack, and let's create an array. Fill it with 100, fill it with nothing. And let's map this thing where we extract the index and we get an array of 1 through 100. So that's all I'm doing in my index.js file, my bridge to bundle everything here. Let's go to Webpack again. Now that we have the entry point set, we can set an output. This output is going to be represented by our distribution folder, where it's going to throw up or spawn some files here that we want to bundle. Let's set an output property, which is an object, which has a few properties inside of this output. We're going to start with the path itself, path.resolve, and we just need that distribution folder. So get the dir name and throw in dist to look for anything in dist distribution. We're going to have a file name, which is going to be name wildcard name.bundle.js. This wildcard can represent any name we want to call it. Just to simplify it a little bit, let's call it main.bundle.js, and we'll set a clean property to true. This is saying when we keep building, we're not going to stack all of our builds, we're going to minimize it to one file. So since we have the production mode, we have the entry point, or our first zipper we're going to throw everything into, and we have the output, which is the client, which is what the client can see. So imagine we have some stuff, and with this stuff we pack our backpack with stuff inside of inside of big zipper, which is our entry point. After we pack it all in there, and we minimize it due to the production mode, once we zip it all up and we have our module set or bundled, we want to throw it at the client's face. So throw backpack at client's face. And that's what they see. That's what they can open up and see, nothing else. So if we were to build all of this, in theory, we should output a main.bundle.js file inside of distribution, and it's going to show us what's happening in the bridge within source. It's going to show us, or it's going to minify the code, and it's going to change some variables here just to speed it up. So within our scripts, we have npm run build for Webpack. Let's run it. We get the main.bundle.js file, and we get the minified code. Now, how does this look if we were to set it to development, if we were to expand it? If we were to expand this code, and change it to development, we run Webpack, it gets expanded. So you see the difference here where Webpack is giving us a little bit of some introduction here, and we have a self-starting function just to start this Webpack, and everything just changes. So this is the difference between development and production. As far as the entries here go, we can add multiple entries. To add multiple entries, set your entry property to an array, and you can add multiple entry points, which means you can open up more zippers. These zippers are going to lead to the client. It's so funny, like they're going to be given to the client when you throw it at their face. So let's see how this looks. We can send this file to index2 to create that new file. Let's go to our terminal and touch source index2.js. Now that we have this, let's add in some new code. Let names equal an array of Kyle, John, and Mary. Names equal names.map name, which returns name dot to uppercase. So we're going to map all these names and send them all to uppercase. Consoling names, and that's it for that. So again, in theory, we have two entry points. We have two zippers now, a big zipper and a medium zipper, which are going to get stacked and bundled into our bundle.js. So let's set our mode back to production, just so we can minimize and pack this in as the smallest state possible. It's going to throw up and distribute to our main.bundle.js. So this should update. Let's run the build. Now we see that we have both of those indexes, those entry points added into this build. We have hello Webpack as console. The array of 1 through 100 is here. And we have the names that were instantiated in index 2, along with sending them to uppercase. So you can see the power of the entry point and how many entries you can add to your Webpack. You can keep it at 1, or you can add as many as you like and throw all of your static assets in either one, which will get filtered through the main.bundle.js. Okay, and for the output, yeah, we're just going to leave it as is. So that's it for the entry and the output of your webpack.js, and the power of setting it to production to minimize that code, and to development to expand the code and explain what's going on in the bundle.